All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you very much for joining us for a very informative session today about how to compile a successful WSP and ATR submission. My name is Andre. I am the new business development manager for Ubuhle, and today we are going to be chatting with Liza Gresse, CEO and founder of Ubuhle. Now, before we get into that, just some house rules from our side. Everybody is muted coming in, so thank you for that. Please try and stay muted during the course of the conversation. We will have a Q&A session after the presentation. So if during the presentation you have some questions, please pop them in our chat box and we will attend to them right at the end of the session. But for now, we are also just mindful of load shedding that will be starting at 4 o'clock. So we'll try and keep it short and sweet on the question side. If we don't attend to everything, we will attend to it. I'll pop my mail in there and Lisa's mail will be in there. You can shoot anything our way and we can chat afterwards as well. So from my side, I would like to welcome Liza. Liza, thank you so much for joining us today and chatting to us about the compiling WSPs and ATRs. In the next 6 months, in about 3 months' time, the guys are going to be starting to get all of their documents together and ready for the submission. So I think good time to have a chat. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Andre, and thank you very much to everybody else and all our delegates that joined as well. Welcome to this webinar. And I think a bit of background maybe just on my knowledge around compiling workplace skills plans and annual training reports is that I've been doing this for the past most probably 20 years. And this working with the CETA landscape for the past 20 years. So I've seen changes, sometimes frustration, but mostly also a huge learning curve, as I'm sure everybody around the table knows. So from our side, welcome, and thank you for joining us. As Andre mentioned, we've got load shedding coming up, so I'm going to try and keep it short and to the point. What I will be discussing in this webinar, and please, I would like to encourage you to please ask any questions after the webinar. I would like to share with you just touching base on exactly, what is a workplace skills plan and an annual training report, and why then is the submission of these documents so beneficial to businesses. Why is it important to actually do a workplace skills plan? And then I'm just going to give you a very short 3 steps on how to develop a workplace skills plan and what to keep in mind when you are doing your WSP and ATR. And then lastly, where do I start? What should your planning mind frame be? So I'm going to share some of the best practices that we use. And without further ado, I would just like to introduce you to my company and my team as well, and what we do. So please bear with us while we introduce the Ubuhle Group of companies. Ubuhle People Solutions focuses on people in organizations. We encourage companies to grow their people in order to grow their profit. Our organization partners with companies across South Africa to develop the potential of their people. And we do this by designing, consulting, and coming up with powerful solutions that will unlock this potential. Ubuhle focuses on 3 core services: talent management, skills development, and BBBE consulting. Ubuhle People Solutions has developed a wide range of programs and courses that addresses critical skills within organizations. All these programs are available on a national basis, and it's accessible from anywhere in South Africa. Due to our track record of delivering on turnkey services, we have been building sustainable relationships with leading South African corporates, including Vodacom, Spar, Cape Union Mart, Voltex, to name but a few. As it goes hand in hand with skills development, BBBE Consulting is a focus service that we offer to our clients. Through our own expertise and with the assistance of our BBBE partner, we advise our clients on how to unlock the 25 points available on the scorecard by implementing the correct programs and ensuring the best return on investments for their BBBE score. Ubuhle People Solutions assists clients on talent management by designing uniquely customized programs to manage the talent within their organizations. By implementing these programs, we increase the productivity of the employees, we unlock high performance within teams, and we contribute to the bottom line of organizations.
As a business, we focus on upskilling the knowledge and the competency of the workforce in South Africa. We have a wide range of clients, and we specialize in meeting their needs by offering them a wide range of SETA-funded programs and accredited training programs. We have programs accredited to the WNR SETA, we have programs accredited to the Services SETA, the MERS SETA. We also run programs for the Food and Bev SETA as well. Have programs already accredited by the QCTO. We deliver different formats of learnership program. The firstly be an on-site training program. This is where your learning is hosted on the client's premises. Our other format that we also offer to our clients is an off-site hosting facility. This is where a company can host the learners in a facility that is fully equipped to ensuring the learners have the theoretical and the practical experience in the learnership program. We are always innovative. To this extent, we have developed an e-learning platform that caters for all the training needs of our clients. Learners can access our platform using any mobile device, anytime and anywhere. This really is the next generation of learning. We offer full turnkey solution to all our clients where we project manage the program from learner registration, from administration, to linking the learners onto the system. We also assist with recruitment of learners. Our aim as a leading training provider is to ensure that all SETA legislation is compliant. We also assist our clients to maximize the various tax benefits offered by the skills development sector.
We're also extremely proud of the strong reputation we have built in developing the skills of people with disabilities. Our complete turnkey solution in skills development is offering a fully hosted 12-month learning program. Now, this is ideal for clients that want to sponsor learnerships for people with disabilities but are unable to accommodate them in their workplace. So these learnerships are not just beneficial to the business. The learnership programs allow the people with disabilities to acquire real skills in which they can build sustainable careers and acquire financial freedom.
We believe that through the service and products that we deliver on, we impact positively on the communities and the workforce of South Africa, contributing to the growth of our beautiful country's economy. Ubuhle People Solutions assists to grow your people in your organization and to add value to the bottom line of your business. We grow the people of South Africa and the economy of South Africa. So ladies and gents, just a bit of background on our company, the Ubuhle Group. And I would like to start off our webinar maybe just by focusing on the role of skills development in rebuilding the South African economy, especially now in the COVID times. You know, skills development to me is such a powerful tool, and it's a tool that we can implement into our businesses to ensure that we have a minimum of layoff, where we have to retrench people, rather put them onto skills programs, rather put them onto learning and development programs. So these are the advice that we can bring to businesses if we plan well and if we look at what's available out in the learning and development landscape. So when we talk about skills development, we all around this virtual table know that there is a Skills Development Act that guides our planning and our implementation of learning and development in South Africa within organizations. And the purpose of this act is really to open up opportunity for people and employees in workplaces to be developed, but also to bring opportunity to those people that have never had the chance to access formal education or tertiary education. And through the Skills Development Act, the government also encourages workplaces to participate in interventions and in opening up these opportunities. And they also give a lot of incentives to corporates and businesses to bring these opportunities to their employees. So ladies and gents, I thought maybe just to refresh your memory around the table, and these are all things that we know, but maybe just to understand again what the landscape in South Africa looks like. So first and foremost, remember that the employer pays, every employer that has a payroll of over 500,000 Rand pays 1% of skills development levy. And that 1% of skills development levy is collected by SARS, who pays it over then to the higher education, Department of Higher Education. The Department of Higher Education then distributes this skills levy, where 20% goes to the National Skills Fund and 80% is distributed to our SETAs, which is the Sector Education and Training Authorities in South Africa for every sector. So, of course, SARS gets their 2% handling fee. So there's always something that they make out of this. That leaves us with 80% of funding that we can access as a business and for our learning and development. So how is this 80% distributed? So first and foremost, remember that the SETA takes 10% for their admin to cover their overheads, running offices, paying salaries, and so forth. And then 0.5%, it goes to the QCTO. Now, out of the 80%, 20% goes to mandatory grants, and this is where we can access it. So if you submit a properly well thought out workplace skills plan and you report on your training of the previous year, showing that what you have actually implemented through your via your workplace skills plan, you have access to 20% of mandatory grants. And then another 49.5% is discretionary grants. And this is where we have pivotal priorities that the SETA boards will decide on, critical skills, projects that they want to run. And this 49%, there will be funding windows that will open. How do I access that? You have to submit your WSP and ATR on time. And the submission time frame is the 30th of April every year. And unless the SETA gives extension, that is the deadline. If you miss the deadline, you miss your access to funding. Your pivotal access, you access through your WSP, where you show your planning, and then obviously the extra funding windows that you can access through applying for discretionary funding. So how can you utilize your SETA funding to support either your own organizational learning and development strategy, or if you are an independent skills development facilitator or HR consultant, consulting to your clients, you have to advise them on how to do that. And the first thing you have to do is to ensure that your client or that your organization is registered with the right SETA. If they are not registered and they are not paying their skills levies over, they unfortunately miss the bus. And then you have to also advise them to actually submit their WSP and ATR. And when we talk about submission of WSP and ATR, convincing an organization why it is so beneficial to their business should not be difficult. Because even in our business, I often look at organizations and I think, if you do not access the funding available, you are actually being very ignorant around the support of your business and opening up opportunities to your employees, because the benefits to your business is great. First and foremost, you can access the mandatory and discretionary grants that's available through your SETA. Once you've started implementing the programs, the chosen programs, which is usually accredited programs, there are huge tax incentives available to a business that contributes to the bottom line. Lastly, also, by implementing these programs, this supports your BBBE strategy. And then also, of course, it's a proven fact that if you make learning opportunities available to your employees or to unemployed learners, you are contributing to a motivational level and productivity within your business, which contributes to higher performance of the business in general. So those are some of the great benefits of as a spin-off of submitting your WSP and ATR every year. But then in order to submit a workplace skills plan and ATR, we need to understand exactly what these documents are and what the purpose of these documents are. First and foremost, a workplace skills plan is a planning document. So this is the document. There's a very specified format. Every SETA has their format where you actually do your planning. You show what the planned interventions are that you want to implement within your organization. And then the ATR is the annual training report. That is the document, also in a very specific format, that you show what you have implemented against the previous year's workplace skills plan. So just understanding what those documents are. And again, the submission time is a deadline set by the SETA. What we do is, because we know that the deadline is on the 30th of April, we start our planning and working with our clients quite early. so that we can gather all the relevant information and we can consult in a holistic way to our clients that will lead to implementing the right interventions and not just training for the sake of training. So usually most people wait until the last minute to submit WSPs and ATR, and then the systems get all clogged up and we get all stressed out and you might miss your deadline. My advice is start early and try and submit your WSP, have it signed off and submitted at least 2 weeks before submission time. So just project manage the whole thing around submission time. Ladies and gents, but why is it important? It's important because it actually gives you access to funding that can support your learning and development strategy, right? It also gives you the opportunity to implement programs for interns, open up workplace experience for young people that really desperately, they've got the theory, they've got the degrees, but they've got no way to apply this. So it opens that opportunity up. And by planning well and accessing, there is so much of opportunities available through your CETA. It is extremely important for you to submit your workplace skills plan and really work holistically in utilizing this as a planning document to support your organization. So remember also, your workplace skills plan, besides the funding that you can access, it is also your planning document. It helps you to look into the future, look at what skills, critical skills is needed to support the business in different levels of the business, different areas of the business, and it will give you a really organized way of implementing the interventions that you've decided on. So where do you start with the WSP and ATR submissions? My advice would be to maybe start by collecting the following information. First and foremost, make sure that you have your employee profile available and updated. So this is a list of every employee who works for you with their occupational level, their gender, their race, and their any other demographic information that you have on them. Collate that beforehand because you need to populate with this information. And then secondly, for your ATR, make sure that you collate right through the year all the training that has been completed in 2021 when you are going to submit in 2022. So make sure that you've got all the training invoices, that you've got proof of training through either certificates or your attendance registers, so that you can actually populate and submit this on time, that you are not scrambling around 4 weeks or 2 weeks before submission to try and get this information, and so that you are not under pressure to thumb suck certain information, because then it's define the object of submitting. So ladies and gents, I want to share a very easy 3-step on how to develop your WSP. So the first step is, after you've collated the information that I've just spoken about, is to do a proper skills audit. You know, let's not just train for the sake of training, or let's not just get the WSP, thumbsuck the WSP, submitted just to say another tick list ticked off. Rather do it properly. Identify the existing skills within your organization. What skills do we need in every job family? What do we have currently? And what is the gap in between? So that, and this is what we call a skills audit. It takes time. So plan before you have to submit your WSP, I would say at least 2 months before, do a proper skills audit on your workforce. Because the benefits of a skills audit is that it will give you a clear picture of what is available, what is needed, and where are the gaps. And then you can sit down and you can plan around the budget that you have, and also what funding you will need and what interventions would be the best to implement for every skill needed. So great benefits in skills audit. We have an online skills audit that we do. We don't have to, years back, it was a paper exercise, which is quite a timeless process. Nowadays, it's a click and people answer everything online and you get the results within a week. So the second step, identify how you are now going to address the gaps or the skills needed to support your business. So 2 ways to do this. Once you've identified the skills, look at the different programs and the kind of programs that you want to implement. So some programs need to be accredited programs. Some programs will be in-house programs. Some programs will be non-credit bearing, but it needs to address culture, a culture fit, maybe a leadership program that you would like to be customized according to the culture of your organization, or that speaks to the values and the behavior that you want to instill in your leaders. Also, your in-house training. What in-house interventions do you need to implement? Maybe online training interventions that you want to implement. That is the second step. Then also what you need to take into consideration, look at what are the costs involved in implementing these programs. And then also look at what level does this training need to be presented or run. And then look at who the delegates are that you are going to identify. So I usually say, look at your employed workers. What is the interventions that you are going to make available for them, that you are going to implement? And then look at opportunities that you are going to open up for unemployed learners. So in other words, that would be your graduates, those would be interns, that would be a workplace experience that you make available, or unemployed learnerships that you implement. And again, this interventions should be to support the organization, not to burden the organization. So if you are going to open up unemployed learnerships, let those unemployed learners come in and fill positions for 12 months, which affords you the opportunity to have a pool of trained people that you can draw from to fill any open vacancies that might open after the 12 months. So there's so much of benefits, but it takes proper workforce planning, and it takes somebody with some visionary leadership. And then, of course, to get the buy-in from the leaders of the organization. The third, what I would like to share with you before I give you the third step, and this is a model that we've followed and that we consult with to our clients. So I'm sharing this with you. If you are an independent STF, you are welcome to use this. So what we consult to our clients is, look at the different levels in your organization. And what we've done is we've said, right, in the lowest level of an organization, we look at learnerships, bursaries, internships. This would be focused on new entrants into a business, right? So the second level would be junior to mid-level in an organization, your first line managers, your junior employees. This also speaks to your succession plan. And then lastly, your top management, your execs or senior management. So once you've identified the different levels. Now it's time to see what are the opportunities that's available through your CETA, but also what do you want to implement on these different levels that can contribute to your skills development strategy, for instance. So if we look at the new entrant levels, I would say look at learnerships. This is that accredited 12-month program where you can bring in unemployed to support your workforce, and you can access funding for the program as well as the payroll that can support the payroll of the organization. And it opens up opportunity for previously disadvantaged individuals that has not had opportunity to tertiary education. This could be a pool of to fill positions in your organization. Then also bursaries. You can apply for funding through your CETA, but to support your BBBE strategy, you can also bring in opportunities of bursaries that you make available to unemployed learners or unemployed graduates that's still studying at tertiary institutions. Another level is where we usually say, let's bring in interns. They are already graduated. They have the qualifications. They need workplace experience. And again, there is funding that you can access through your CETA if you plan this well in your WSP that will support the payroll for these interns. So these are interventions that you can access, funding that you can access through your WSP. And then, of course, apprenticeships as well. Then if we look at the junior to mid-level, these are your employees that are employed already. And what we say in the accredited field, let's make bursary opportunities available, skills programs, and even employed learnerships. And then unaccredited programs could be short courses. This is for continuous professional development. And remember that on the BBBE scorecard, you can claim 25% of your costs on unaccredited programs can be claimed back as a spend. So these could be seminars, this could be on-the-job training. Show the planning in your WSP. So when we look at the unemployed opportunities, remember, CETA funding available if you just plan well and submit your WSP. Your BBBE is supported because learnerships falls under the learning program matrix under category C, and also bursaries under category A. And then your internships, as I've said, there's CETA pivotal and discretionary funding available, and it also falls under category D of the learner programs. And then again, accredited employed learnerships funding available if you submit your WSP, and it falls under category A. So again, ladies and gentlemen, bursaries under category A and learnerships under category C. And then your unaccredited programs, you can claim your spend under category F and category G for your BBBE spending. And then besides all of this, you can also participate. Choose to be an organization that participates in the youth employment services. So by implementing, by planning well, by taking time out, not rushing your WSP, but really sitting down and working out a proper skills development strategy, you can actually develop a workplace skills plan that actually supports the business with the funding available, but that also supports your BBBE strategy. And it opens up opportunity to a whole lot of people that normally would not have had that. but it takes a good planning. So the added benefit, of course, of implementing these programs is tax incentives to your organization. When we look at this, I still sometimes wonder how a business have not yet come on board to actually submit workplace skills plans and annual training reports. So as I've mentioned, the annual training report needs to be submitted with your WSP, and the annual training report is where we report on the previous WSPs, what we've implemented. So, and what the information that you need to submit, and again, I'm reminding you, collate this information beforehand. It's the number of educational training and development activities that you've conducted in that year. Also, all attendance registers, all proof of expenditure. You need to submit the information around the training provider that you've used, and also the number of employees that you've trained and the occupational levels where you've trained. So I'm giving you the heads up. What we try and do with our clients, because we consult on this service to our clients, we say, let's have intervals. Every quarter, let's have all of this information from you so that we are ready with all the information once it's submission time. So ladies and gents, now that we've spoken about the WSP and the ATR, remember that your skills development should be able to support the BBBE strategy of an organization. And when we talk about BBBE, it's all about transformation, right? It's about transforming the workplace to give equal opportunity to everybody in the workplace. But it's also to increase representation in management level and in all levels of organizations by Black South Africans. So when we talk BBBE, the language of BBBE, when we talk about Black South Africans, it includes the African, the Indian, the colored, and also the Chinese population that was born prior 1994 in South Africa. And then, of course, BBBE aims to promote opportunity for people, Black people, to participate in all the economy of South Africa. And it's also, it tries and helps the rural communities, the communities that we do business in, to benefit them as well. And just a reminder again, the 5 pillars of BBBE, they are ownership, management and control, it's skills development, enterprise development, and socioeconomic development. So we, for the purpose of the WSP and the ATR, we focus on skills development. And they have increased the skills development from 20 points to 25 points. So there's 25 points. If you implement your skills development planning well, you qualify to earn the 25 points. So the spend has been doubled from 3% to 6% of annual salaries and wages. So in order for you to earn this, you've got to show the spend, and by implementing the programs. Now remember, most companies think of, oh, the spend as a grudge spend. It should not be. If you spend this money wisely, the incentives that you get back for your organization can cover the spend. So that is where the workplace skills plan and the planning around which programs on what level needs to be implemented. So again, you can only benefit on your BBBE on this if you submit a WSP and an ATR and the pivotal report within the WSP, specifically your pivotal report to your artisans. So remember that 85% of your BBBE spend must be on category B, C, D, or E, so the accredited programs. And it should definitely include people other than your employees. It should include unemployed youth, preferably. So this is the program matrix. You heard me speaking about categories of programs. This is something that we can share with you after the webinar as well. It is readily available, but if you look at the categories, category 8 is your bursary spend. And then the others are accredited programs, and then work integrated learning for category E. And then F and G is the non-credit bearing and the in-house programs. And now remember, your overheads, the spend that you are spending on the non-credit programs have been increased. You can now claim 25% of that as spend, increased from 15 to 25%. So skills development on continuous training and development for you. And this is the non-credit bearing programs. Again, just what I've said now, it's been increased from 15 to 25%. And your travel, accommodation, and catering for the non-credit bearing, the short courses and the in-house is still capped at 15%. For bursaries, there's no cap on the cost, for example, travel to your graduates that you are sponsoring, or their accommodation or catering. And then also a great benefit to companies is that the salaries and the wages or the stipends that you are spending and paying to your employed and unemployed learners on programs can be claimed again under your skills development expenditure for your BBBE. So ladies and gents, I trust that the benefit of BBBE and implementing skills development in a holistic way through submitting WSPs and developing your WSP properly is the benefits are that it improves your BBBE score, it grows your people, it affords an organization an opportunity to pay less tax with the tax incentives, it builds a talent pipeline. We consult on talent management at Ubuhle, and I am passionate about succession planning. I have seen the benefits of engaging your employees in your business when you open up career opportunities for them through your skills development opportunities. And you are building internal pipelines, which means that your business can continue. And we are also investing through our skills development in the economy of this country. We are uplifting and empowering. So how can we assist companies? So ladies and gents, we have besides our 3 accredited academies and our online e-learning academy, which has got all our accredited programs on there, and it's a CETA approved platform, we also offer opportunity for learnerships with people with disability. I would like to share just how we approach it. We live in a country where there's a huge need for development and uplifting and empowering, and the service that we offer speaks to that.
Companies looking to host people with disabilities or employ people to sit for their BE's score, we offer a service where we host them on offsite. The disabled learners don't only get theoretical training, they also get fully workplace experience and exposure as well into the modules that they're completing for the learnership program.
We have seen the benefits of BE in companies. We have seen how it has actually paid off, how the landscape has changed, and also how it's opened up opportunities for a lot of people that under normal circumstances would have been overlooked.
To everyone that I've worked with during this 12-month course, to Ubuhle, thank you so much for tolerating my big personality, and also thank you so much for the support they provided and also for this amazing opportunity.
So ladies and gents, on WSPs and ATRs, this is the service that we offer, a consulting service obviously to our clients as well. Just we do skills audits, we develop your WSP in consultation with you, we submit your ATR, we see that you access your CETA grants, and we also obviously have a whole team that can assist with implementing the interventions that you've planned in your WSP. And then we also assist with making sure that your tax incentives are being granted to you. So in conclusion, thank you very much for your time. Andre, I am open to take any questions that's available now.
Thank you, Liza. Very informative session. Thank you so much for all the information. I think there's a lot of comments that have come through saying valuable information. But I think the majority people asking whether this would be shared, and absolutely, guys, we'll share the presentation with you after the session. So you will have access to that. I did see everyone sending their email addresses. We'll make sure that you guys do get it. Guys, please feel free to utilize the time to ask questions. If you do not want to type it out, now's the time to perhaps just unmute yourself, and we're here to attend to some of the questions. So yeah, the floor's open, guys. If alternatively you do not want to unmute and chat to us, and you would like to rather send us a mail and we can chat about it, I am putting myself and Liza's email address in the chat box for you guys to ask questions. You can send us your queries and we can attend to them. That's my one, and here is Liza's email.
And we, Andre, we've also got the email addresses just up on the screen, so we'll share that as well. And then you're very welcome, ladies and gents, to visit our website or to contact me directly to assist you. And then for all the independent STFs and HR consultants, please contact us as well. We would love to hear from you, and if you need any assistance with programs for your clients to implement.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Liza. Appreciate it. Getting a lot of thank yous. Thank you everyone for making the time to join with us today. Yes, and if there is anyone that wants to ask questions, please feel free. We've got 5 minutes to attend.
Andre, if there's no questions, then I think it's all fine. They can, all the delegates are welcome to put their questions forward in an email, and then or contact me directly. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining, and I'm sure that we will hear from you soon. And please, we are here. We are a national training provider. We are national talent management consultants, and we consult on CETA interventions as well. So please don't hesitate to contact us at all.
Thank you, Liza. And to everyone, this webinar series is a monthly series, and we address different topics as we continue throughout the month. So we will keep you guys informed about the next dates, and please feel free to reserve a spot at our next one. But have a wonderful afternoon. I hope load shedding doesn't affect all of you as from 4 o'clock, but as for us, we will be lighting candles shortly. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for attending.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye-bye, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye.